Kia ora and hello, I'm meteorologist Chester Lampkin with the latest on the upcoming tropical system that has now prompted our friends over at the MetService to issue a red warning for parts of the North Island. Again, this video recorded, looking at my clock here, just after 9:30 on Wednesday morning. Northland, the Coromandel, the Bay of Plenty, and the Gisborne regions, that's where the red warnings are located. We are here in support of our friends over at the MetService, so make sure that you check in with them throughout the day and into the night with this changing weather situation. There's likely to be tweaks and changes to the warnings and watches across both the North and the South Island. And I want to again mention that this video is focused primarily on the North Island. For more information on what's going to happen in the South Island, you can refer to the watches and warnings that is for those regions on the MetService website and on their app. Again, we're going to focus on the red warning that is being prompted by this area of low pressure, this tropical low that is sinking southward into Aotearoa, New Zealand this afternoon and this evening, Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening. So we stop the clock here, 8 o'clock, and you can see this area of low pressure is sitting just to the north of the North Island at this point, moving into the North Island with heavy falls about the Northland, Coromandel regions. We've already seen well over 100 millimeters of rain in parts of the Coromandel in the last 24 hours as of this video recording on Wednesday morning. So we're going to tack on another 200 to 250 millimeters of rain in the Coromandel, upwards of 250 to 300 plus in Gisborne, especially the northern part of Gisborne, about East Cape and westward towards the Bay of Plenty. And in the Bay of Plenty, another 180 to 240 millimeters. And this is pulled straight from the warnings from the MetService. I'm going to show you our rain totals on our model here in just a moment. Here's Thursday morning, and you can see the low is starting to push east of the North Island, and by Thursday afternoon, it has cleared away. But lingering impacts are likely with scattered shower and still some heavy rain lingering, especially in the South Island on Thursday. Let's come in a little bit closer. I'm going to reset the timeline here and start the timeline on Wednesday morning for the north of the North Island. Again, we're going to focus on the north of the North Island where the red warnings are in place. And again, Northland expected to get another 90 to 120 mils. That'll be primarily in the east of Northland. So the west of Northland, while the rain may be heavy at times, that's not where the heaviest rain will be. You could see 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock this afternoon into the evening hours. See these shades of purple that'd be indicative of that heavy rain. And then in the Coromandel, look at this heavy rainfall expected. Places like Whitianga down towards Whangamata and all the way down into the Bay of Plenty, Tauranga, over to the Whakatane area. We've got heavy rain expected right on through this evening across these regions. Shows up very well, unfortunately, on our modeling here. And again, the timing continues to be through the evening and overnight hours. Late overnight, we'll start to see the heaviest rain about places like the Gisborne, primarily in the ranges, but northern Gisborne, north of the city of Gisborne is where the heaviest rainfalls will fall through early in the morning. Still some lingering heavy rain through Thursday morning, I should say, before the low sort of wraps itself right over the top of the Bay of Plenty in the Gisborne region and then pushes off to the south and east. And then at that point, we switch to a more southwesterly flow, and the rain will have eased at this point. I'm going to show you the rain totals. Again, resetting the clock here. We're starting at the beginning of the timeline, which is a little bit after 8 o'clock here this morning. We'll move in a little bit farther into the future, and these are the numbers that are showing up on our modeling through Thursday morning. And again, this could be on the low end, but you can see there are numbers like towards Kerikeri of 85 mils on our computer modeling. That deeper purple there, indicative of 100-plus mils. You can see the rest of the Bay of Islands in that 70, 80 to 100 mil range. And then you go a little farther inland, probably not as much rain. Whangarei showing up at 33, maybe a little on the low end, but the idea is that we do expect some heavy rain to get in to the ranges and then farther west into the Northland region. But the heaviest rain will be from Cape Reinga all the way down through the coastal areas just east of Whangarei. Again, that's where the heaviest rain will be for the Northland region. I want to show you the Coromandel, where the heaviest rainfall is likely to fall. And again, these deep purples, indicative of 200 plus millimeters of rain, Watch out in Whangamata, Whitianga, where you're likely to see another 100, maybe 150 mils of rain there. Again, the ranges and those east-facing coasts are likely to see the heaviest rainfall amounts through early Thursday morning. I'm going to take this model all the way to the end of the timeline, and you can see Tauranga and other parts of the Bay of Plenty approaching 100 mils on our computer, suggesting that we will easily see 100 mils in many parts of the Bay of Plenty. Whakatane approaching that 70, 80 mil range as well. And then you see portions of Gisborne, mainly about the ranges approaching 200 plus mils. So again, what is causing this? It's this area of low pressure. It's this very moist easterly flow that is expected to move across the region. And as a result of that, do expect some heavy winds or gusty winds as well. Let's move forward into the future. You can see the winds on our model here suggesting gusts upwards of 50 to 70 kilometers per hour, likely to see gusts in exposed locations approaching 100 kilometers per hour, including right here in the Auckland region here on the map, and then especially Coromandel, Great Barrier Island. These places are very exposed to the winds, so expect strong winds in addition to the heavy rain. So the result of all this, as this system continues to move through the region, through your Wednesday evening, Wednesday night, and then the model now showing Thursday morning, expect power cuts, slips, certainly all sorts of flooding, surface flooding in flood-prone areas. Some of the rivers and streams will rise very quickly across the area. Travel may become difficult or impossible. Some of the state highways are likely to see closures. So again, heed the local advice from local officials. Make sure that you stay weather aware as we have this red warning for these regions. Again, Gisborne, north of Talaga Bay, Coromandel, Bay of Plenty. And elsewhere, there are watches and warnings posted for other portions of New Zealand. So again, you'll want to stay weather aware. Check with the MetService on the latest on the red warning and the orange warnings and the watches for rain and wind across New Zealand throughout the rest of your Wednesday night into Thursday. Okay, thanks for watching with us here as we support the MetService with their messaging on the red warning that is moving, the red warning that has been issued for parts of the North Island thanks to this tropical low. As always, get the latest warnings from them on their website and app, and we'll pop back into your feed with more information as needed throughout the next couple of days. I'm Chester Lampkin for Earth Sciences New Zealand.